Get ready for your daily dose of marketing strategies and tactics from entrepreneurs with the guile and experience to help you find success in any marketing capacity. You're listening to Marketing School with your instructors, Neil Patel and Eric Su.
Welcome to another episode of Marketing School. I'm Eric Su.
And I'm Neil Patel.
And today we're going to talk about how to become a contributor for well-known publications. So everybody wants to write for Inc. Everybody wants to write for Business Insider, Time Magazine, things like that. And they probably think it's really hard to do it. But, ultimately, it's actually not that bad. You just have to look at these publications and then look at the format that they're writing. Let's say Entrepreneur, they're looking for keywords or words that are 600 to 800 words. You have to think about, okay, how do you write something in that format and then write something that's interesting to, specific editors, reach out to these editors and then come to them trying to help them out first, right? And then ideally, I'm just kind of jumping all over the place right now, but, reach out to them with something relevant. And if you don't have a track record already, go to these other sites that are looking for, guest blogging or write for us, for example. You can do it in a Google search. You can find a lot of these sites, start reaching out to the smaller ones first, write for them first, and then build up a track record. Then you can start to reach out to these bigger ones.
Yeah, and for those people who say guest posting isn't worth it, there's not a direct ROI, or contributing on these large sites isn't worth it. That's true in most cases. You're not going to generate a positive ROI per post, but it just takes one deal to really make it worth it. For example, I've contributed literally over 1,000 articles to all these major sites. I don't do so much as, now compared to what I did before, but a CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company was reading my articles on Content Marketing Institute, Inc., and Forbes. He saw me pretty much everywhere, and I got a 7-figure deal just because of that. And at that point, I thought, hey, guest posting isn't that effective, but I was like, not too bad. And then the other day, I had a cell phone company that is worth $3 billion in a developing region. They also found myself from a lot of the guest contributor articles that I did on all these sites. And they offered me just some phone call advice, in exchange for some phone call advice over 3 months, they offered me $500,000. So I'm like, although there's not really a direct ROI where if you do X posts, you're going to make X dollars per post or whatever it may be, eventually if you're selling high ticket items, it can definitely pay off. I've also gotten a lot of paid speaking gigs and stuff like that from these guest posts as well.
If you're looking for these editors, you can easily just use LinkedIn and then combine it with a tool like hunter.io. Reach out to these people through LinkedIn and find their emails through, you can use a tool like hunter.io or find that email, for example, and then go from there. But just make sure, keep it brief, try to help these people out. These editors are getting hit up all the time. And these big publications, they're all looking for more content, right? If you look at a lot of these contributors that are writing, they're not, really big shot people or anything like that. They're normal people just, contributing, decent content to these sites.
So with these accounts, you can try to hit up the editors. I found that doesn't work too well. It's okay. It used to work better a year or two ago. But what happens is these editors now get bombarded. So what you should do is go to LinkedIn or go to Forbes or whatever site you want to write for. Go find all the guest contributors, right? These are people who want staff writers. Network with them, provide them feedback on their articles, help them out. And after you do this for a month, I know that sounds like a long time, but literally 3-4 emails because you don't want to bombard them each day. Then ask them for an introduction to an editor. Wherein a current writer introduces you to an editor, you're much more likely to get an author account where you can then start publishing on these sites. And if you do get accepted, don't just shove backlinks onto your own website to try to manipulate Google. It's not that effective in the long run. Google knows about it. They're looking for people who are guest contributors and try to devalue those links. And don't just try to shove in links to other people's websites and sell them. More so focus on building a brand, building up your authority within a space. And in the long run, it should help with public speaking or generating bigger consulting deals.
That's actually a good point. I think recently I read something on Search Engine Roundtable where somebody was asking about, because here's the thing, right? I get hit up by, these link builders all the time saying, oh, we have access to these high DA, high domain authority sites. And, they're listing these large sites maybe like a Huffington Post or a Forbes, for example, right? And HuffPo links, I believe, are no follow. But the thing is, if this is being done over and over, think about how this appears to Google, right? So I think by this, I think they've already caught on to it basically because somebody was asking about these high DA sites. And then one of the guys, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but it's Gary Illies, maybe. But he was saying hey, it's not not hard for us to ignore like these links. And then, if you're trying to sell these high DA links, probably not worth your time. So again, but take that with a grain of salt because Google says these things a lot. But it's just worth for you to know that. But Neil, anything else?
Nope, nothing else on mind.
Great. That's it for today, and we'll see you tomorrow.
This session of Marketing School has come to a close. Be sure to subscribe for more daily marketing strategies and tactics to help you find the success you've always dreamed of. And don't forget to rate and review so we can continue to bring you the best daily content possible. We'll see you in class tomorrow, right here on Marketing School.